Where you getting it? Where you getting it from? Oh, I don't know their menu. You can get something light for me, like a pineapple orange or some shit like that, like blue.
What up, Steve?
What up, bro?
How's it going, man?
Finally pulled up, huh?
Good. Listen, I'm pulling in Brooklyn.
Yeah, in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
catch me at the shop.
yeah, listen, you don't gotta look around and all that shit. You good here.
I'm
You
good
good.
here.
You good.
I'm
You
good
good.
here.
You good here,
How
yo.
good am I here, Steve?
You real good, Joe.
You know I have no tats.
No tats.
No.
You gotta get out.
Ah! I'm
Yeah.
coming to like assess the situation.
Assess, like you see what's
I want it.
going on. Like it's what people do. We get tattooed in here,
How
and
do
you can't.
got?
Oh, let's put it like this. I've been getting them for a couple decades.
It's funny. I do want to sleep.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, that's the problem with y'all rookies. Y'all want
Not
to
the
jump
rook-
out. Y'all want to jump all the way out there. Y'all never had it, but y'all sit and say y'all want a whole sleeve. Let's get a name in first, and then we figure it
All
out
right.
a little something.
All right, so I'm gonna get raindrop here.
See, nah, the
No.
idea is no. Not
That's too much.
Raindrop. We not doing that, man. Yo, listen. What?
Let me do this, Steve.
Yo, listen.
Okay.
I'm a professional. Just let me do what I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we ain't even here for that. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're here to have a little chatty chat.
That's right. You
know
ready
what
for
I mean?
that?
Let's go. Come on.
Look at this. No, this is good though.
Oh, this is Black Ink. You know what I mean? One of the Black
One of
Inks.
them,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Oh, just have a seat.
All right, man, I appreciate it. Listen, I am happy to be at your. Listen, I am happy to be at your establishment because look, one thing I know producing reality television,
Mm-hmm.
I'm always happy when I'm able to see you guys have success after the show.
Right.
Because one thing I tell all reality stars, including the ones on my shows, is don't focus solely. You know, definitely negotiate, get your money. Don't focus solely on the money you're making that the network pays you.
Right.
Create something that could last after the show. Sunset.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you have this location in Brooklyn,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Brooklyn, raindrops. So you got this location in Brooklyn, and then you have how many others?
I got Milwaukee. I got Indianapolis. I'm switching over to the mall, a Cumberland Mall in Atlanta.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because I closed down my shop in the hood. I was stupid. I put it right next to the strip joint. I'm figuring it's going like we ain't gonna talk about that. You know what I mean?
Shake your ass. They get a tattoo.
Yeah, it didn't work out like that. You know what I mean? It just so there's a lot of my shops started down sizing because I was going through some health issues and honestly, I thank God for that shit. Cause I was moving too fast.
I do want to get into the health thing because I know you had 2 strokes, which is something that it's like massively unheard of to have like 2, especially you're still considered to be young.
Yeah.
To be having a stroke. Are you aware of what caused the 2 strokes that you had?
Well, the way it worked out, right? I didn't know. You know what I mean? The day that it happened, it was like, I don't know, bro. It felt like a bad headache. And then I got here and then it got worse. Luckily, my bodyguard dragged me to the hospital because he was like, he never seen me like this. And I was doing a tattoo. I mean, so I got to the hospital. I forgot how high my blood pressure was. But I know that shit was high as fuck. That shit was definitely over 180 something. So it was like, shit, you had a stroke. So it was like, we gotta take you to ICU immediately. So the ICU now, they doing the blood, they doing the workup and everything. Now I mean, they put me in the CAT scan. They see my brain, they see the blood drops on my brain and shit like that. And that's how I knew I had 2 strokes, because one dropped there, one dropped there. So it was like, but it was small. You feel me? So it wasn't like, you know how some people get paralysis and they face and stuff like that. Thank God that didn't happen. But it woke me up, because I was in the hospital for like a month just off them 2 little drops. Thank God that shit wasn't worth it, because they could have been like, yo, we gotta open your head to release blood and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's how bad it could have got. And I always sat there and said, like, damn, I'm really thankful for God for, you know what I mean, getting me through the situation, because I'm not even thinking about how serious this shit is. I'm thinking about like, yo, I gotta go work, man. I gotta get to the shop, feel me? And the whole time, groups of doctors are coming in every morning, waking me up, checking on me, and they talking on what's going on with me and shit like that. And it was like, there was neurologists, there was kidney doctors, there was heart doctors, you know what I mean? And then once they worked it up, they was like, how long have I had high blood pressure? I'm like, my whole life, bro. I'm a black man. What black man don't have high blood pressure? So what happened was they chalked it up to that, my high blood pressure. And that shit's a silent killer, because once you start looking into it, honestly, it's like, oh shit, that should be smoking black men. Or that shit is a silent killer. And it was like, yo, I could have went in my sleep. You feel me? So, and now it's like, now I just feel like this. Like I said, I thank God, but it opened my eyes. Like, everybody don't think about they how can I say it? That they're gonna die one day. You feel me? And then it's like, damn, I haven't accomplished everything I wanted to do. So now it's on some, let me get up off my ass and get to it.
Yeah. So you had 2 strokes at that one time.
Yeah.
It wasn't 2 separate.
Nah, it was in the same day.
Wow. Did you have to go to physical therapy? Or thankfully it didn't get that far because they caught it early.
Nah, I had to do a little speech therapy, and my brain is still kind of not say fucked up, but I still have to recall words. Like, I could regularly speak certain things, and I have to really think about it and pronounce it. And sometimes I lose the word. You know what I mean? So a lot of that, I know I'm supposed to finish the therapy, but I gotta, you gotta get to work, man. I'm taking all the medication. I'm doing all this shit. It was just, I'm taking all medication. Like, I'm telling you the truth, they probably got me like on 12 different medications, you feel me? But I know that's to keep me alive, you feel me? I know I had to take it. And ever since I did that, you know what I mean? It was like, yo, my heart's way better, because what it really was, it was my heart was fucked up, right? I had a heart disease. And that's what gave me the high blood pressure that led to my stroke. If I'm not really a medical motherfucker, but if anybody knows about the heart, my ejection fraction was moving at like less than 10%, and it's supposed to be at 50. That's when the heart comes in. The blood that pushes out is only doing like 10%. So that's where my whole shit got fucked up. So that's what I got still on that medication, because honestly, that's what brought me back to where I'm at right now. Like, that shit really I couldn't go to no gym. It was months I was sitting there not even getting out the bed. And it was like, I just had to heal. And I couldn't rush it. I knew if I rushed it, I wouldn't be back to me.
Yeah. Now listen, I'm glad you talk about that. But strokes happen more often than people even imagine. And you're right, especially for Black men at a high rate, because of high blood pressure, the foods we eat, the alcohol we intake, all of these things you don't really think about, which is why health, when it comes to food, what you put in your body, all of that is really important.
Right.
But the fact that, listen, I'm happy you survived that. Is a telltale to all Black men watching this, that the moment your headache starts to become more severe than you can imagine, Jamie Foxx even said this in his stand-up special, because he had a stroke. Everybody who I talked to all said they had a massive headache.
Yeah.
It was like nothing that ever mattered.
But it was different. It just, like, it punched me. Like, I bent down, felt like somebody hit me. I'm like, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
And I looked, I'm like, but then I started talking funny, and I couldn't even, my words wasn't coming out. I was like, yeah. And it was like, wait, what the fuck is going on here? So I'm sitting here like, nah, I probably need some sleep or something like that.
Yeah.
But then by the time I got to the afternoon, that shit was worse. Motherfuckers didn't even understand what I was talking about.
Yeah. Look, you survived it. And look, God for yourself when it comes to that. But I do want to get into just your backstory because look, you're a black man, grew up, you're from New York.
Yeah, from New York.
Yeah.
Almost every borough, you could say.
Yeah, you've been around. What was your childhood like?
Ooh, my childhood was different because my mom's, my mom was an immigrant, a Jamaican immigrant, and my pops was American. So it was like, it was two different worlds, you feel me? Like, even growing up, when my mom first came to New York, she came to Brooklyn. My pops called her because my mother was, I forgot what year it was, but she was Miss Jamaica. So she came for Miss Universe. I don't know how my pops was slick like that and called her on some, yo, I got you, you feel me? But what happened was when she went back, she was pregnant. So she was like, no, at the time, I think Jamaica, she used to tell me Jamaica wasn't it. And she knew I couldn't grow up there. So she brought me back to America because at the time, it was like the capital of murder and all that shit. Like, motherfuckers wasn't going to survive. And she knew me being a foreigner, I'm going to want, like, nah, she took me back over here. She got a visa and all that shit. And then how me and my pops, I mean, we had a relationship, but he was going through shit because he came from now and he used to jump out of planes and shit like that. So his whole, like, I couldn't even have Chinese food when I was young because they come to that door, he gonna try to kill their ass, and it just goes back to his that war shit. You feel me? Yeah. So it was just crazy, but you know what I mean. I grew up in almost every borough, bro. Like, a lot of people don't know I grew up in Left Rack City, in Queens. You feel me? When I was younger, but then my mom, she moved to the Bronx. Then I had family in Queensbridge and all over. So my family is pretty big. Even here, like, half of my cousins live in the Star. So it was like I go to every hood. Every hood, I have family. So I'm going to every hood, not even thinking like, yo, this is the hood, and I'm having a ball, you feel me? But then my mom, she took me up to the Bronx, and she probably thought it was better. It was the North Bronx. I don't know why she thought it was better. The shit was called Gun Hill Road. You know what I mean? He's like, and once I got to the Bronx now, everything right, I really started exploring back, you feel me? Like, I doubled back to my hoods in Queens, Brooklyn, all that other shit, but then it was like, damn, I have Uptown, I got Harlem there. Like, I basically just became a whole New York motherfucker.
Did you understand sort of like the lifestyle of being in New York, like the hustlers and, you know, New Yorkers, go-getters and you know, chasing the ladies and all of that? Like, was that something you just gravitated towards, like that energy that New York brings to people?
Like I said, it's the lifestyle, bro. Like, you hustle just to get the women. Like, you know what I mean? You can't be broke because girls ain't gonna like it. Like, you have to understand, like, you got some money to get the Jordans, the Pelés, all that other shit, just to be fly. So a girl be like, nah, I'm gonna fuck with him, you feel me? Like, it's a whole mentality. And plus, you can't go out bummy trying to bag chicks. Like, that's just how it is, you know what I mean? So you grew up in this lifestyle, it's like, it's different. I'm not even gonna tell you no lie, because when you go to other places, it's like, motherfuckers got mentalities like, yeah, I'm gonna get this good job, have a family, all this other shit. I don't think New York like that, yo.
No.
Nah.
What's the thought? It's like, make the money, get the girl,
and repeat it again.
Right.
That's it. That's it.
A different girl.
You see what I mean? Some of us learned our lessons and chill. But you know what I mean? You got motherfuckers with girls too that still living that lifestyle. They got the double lifestyle. So
no, but I remember moving here, and I moved here in 2002, and I was in Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
And then after Harlem, I was there for a year, and then I moved to Brownsville.
What? Yo, how do you do that? Like, I got peoples in Brownsville. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'm not moving from Harlem to Brownsville, bro.
I didn't know any better.
Bro.
You want to hear a funny story? I worked my lease in 6 months.
I know you would. Like,
you know, I'm from Detroit, So I was like,
oh yeah, you from Detroit, but
I
that's
didn't know.
yeah, it's different.
know.
Listen, for me moving around this country, it's different type of hoods. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
Detroit's a hood, and you be like, damn, this is crazy. But then you go to this shit, this like Brownville is like, no lie, we probably they've been on the top, let's say, worst neighborhood list, the top 3, probably 20, probably 40 years. Per se. That shit there's no gentrification there. There's no zero. You have to move with this gentrification, okay? Because when there's white people, it is safe. You know what I mean? You don't see white people around. Them know they still ain't safe out there. So nah, bro. Nah, you bugged out. You bugging, yo. I'd have broke that shit in 90 days. Like, once motherfuckers start scoping out, oh, this is groceries, flat screen TV, you probably like, nah, you probably even know the rules, nigga. You probably threw the box out like, oh, well, you got a nice TV. This nigga ain't have a new TV in 15 years. They still using the, yo, bro, like, you bugged out, yo. You moved from Harlem down there.
I know now. I get it. So I understand the complexities of the different boroughs. So that's why when it came to you, how did you get involved in loving and having a passion and a skill set for tattoo art? Because I look at it, it's for the hustle for the streets.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? I really, it's an art form that I don't think get respected in terms of the how intricate it is to do that on somebody's body. Because
hold on, not on just somebody, but some of the and toughest motherfuckers in the motherfucking hoods, yo. Like people don't understand. You mess up on some of these motherfuckers, they will come back and put a bullet in your head. Like you don't understand. But for 20-something years, I have an impeccable record. You feel me? And everybody fuck with me. So you have to understand at that type of level that you like the urban tattoo artist, how dangerous it is because you're not dealing with the regular fellas sometimes. Sometimes you're dealing with motherfuckers that just caught 3 bodies and just want to put another teardrop on. Like, I mean, motherfuckers didn't understand. I was in the depths of this hood, in the depths, in the trenches when this blood shit was just starting. My shit was on Marcus Garvey between Jefferson and Hancock. That was my first shop, bro. You couldn't be no lame motherfuckers being in that shop. And everybody knew I was from Uptown. But guess what? I held my own, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's what, nigga, that same block is some of the founders that started. So, bro, it was different timing right there. Back then, that shit was Homicide Boulevard. And that's where I was tattooing at. Yeah, it was different, bro. But I don't sit here and be like, I'm boasting or shit, but a lot of New York, the history of New York, I know about. From the underground to the upground. Like
But how did you get into that? Like, how did you fall into that career path?
By accident, bro. Like, I'll be honest with you. Like, I really believe sometimes when you make a plan, God laughs at you because dang what he got in store for you. Like, if it was up to me, bro, honestly, I'd probably have been a comic book artist or something. Or some low shit. Motherfuckers know I'm getting money, but don't know where I'm getting money from. That type of shit. You feel me? But when it happened, it was like God sent me a sign. And it was just crazy because it was a time that I just conceived my daughter. I just found out I'm having a kid. And I'm sitting here screaming like, motherfucker, only thing I was ever responsible for was my cell phone bill, and that's about it. Feel me? I was hustling and bustling.
How old were you at the time?
I think I was like 24, 23. I'm young, you feel me? I wasn't thinking no career path and nothing like that. I'm in the streets at the time though, you feel me? So at the time, I'm sitting here trying to figure shit out. But you feel me? I'm still like doing what I'm doing. So it's crazy because God, or like I said, God always got a plan for you. So I'm serving this guy, right? And I'm stressed the fuck out. But I started going to school. You feel me? I'm serving wild people, in the community. Now I mean, you could just say I'm a, I don't want to, You know what I mean? I'm not trying to glorify, but this is where I came from. You feel me? So serving people, but now I'm going to college because now I know I'm having a kid. So I'm going to college, but I'm going to college at Catherine Gibbs for visual communications. And I'm sitting here trying to learn back how to really draw now, like make it a profession, because I always believe what you sow, you should reap, especially with your child coming along. I don't think she should have that type of bad deeds on her from me. So it's time for me to clean my shit up, you feel me? And plus, I ain't never want my kid to sit here visiting me in jail or visiting me in the ground. So fuck it. I learned from other people's mistakes. I don't think I'm fucking smarter than anybody else, so I'm gonna go to school, shit like that. Start going to school. And then, you know, people in the hood found out I could draw, so they used to, yo, let me draw up this tattoo for me, draw up this tattoo. All right, yeah. So mind you, I didn't know one of the motherfuckers I'm serving now is a tattoo artist in the building. So he's getting my pieces and he's tattooing them on people. Yeah. But he had to find out who I was. So he finally found out who I was. And they called me up. But it was late. I'm like, fuck this nigga calling me this late for. You know, I don't do nothing after 10. I go upstairs. This motherfucker like, yo, listen, I know you drawing, doing all these da-da-da-da. Yo, I teach you how to tattoo if you get out the game. I looked at the bro. I was so pissed. I want to punch his face. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Cause I'm like, yo, who the fuck is you to tell me, like, get out the game? You a customer. So I stormed out, right? And you know, I'm young. I'm not thinking. Go house. Thinking now. I'm like, yo, it's time to get the fuck out the streets, bro. What you gonna do? It's either you gonna take it up a level or you gonna chill the fuck out. You feel me? Cause all my at the time, they moving shit. So I'm sitting here like, But then it's like, nah, I got this kid on the way. You know what? I'm retired from the game. I'm gonna learn this tattooing shit. Bro, listen, all my re-up money, all that shit, went to tattoo equipment and everything, bro. All that shit. When I mean I was all in, I was all in. This man taught me. He started teaching me how to tattoo. I really learned the craft in like 3 months. Like I was already past him, like, cause I knew how to draw already. All he had to do was teach me technical skills and shit like that. Once I learned the needle shit and all that other shit, bro, I was already gone. That's where Marcus Garvey down here came from, because I answered a ad on Craigslist that wanted tattoo artists. Mind you, I was only tattooing 3 months of that. You know what I mean? So come down there, I tattooed some shit. I ain't gonna lie, I fucked up a couple tattoos. I fucked up a couple tattoos, but them shits is only $50, so you really can't be mad at me.
You pay for what you get.
You pay for what you get. So I'm being honest with you. Like, and guess what? I fixed all the tattoos since I came back to the hood. I had to come back here. You feel me? So I fucked up a couple tattoos, but guess what? And that month, I learned so much that I eventually just bought the shop in a month, bro. Like, I'm sitting hustling. Boom, I'm not going to sleep. I'm tattooing more at night. I don't need to go to sleep. Fuck, I'm living all the way uptown. I'm down here. Fuck, yo, listen, that shop was clicking so much, bro. For the whole summer, that shit probably didn't even close. That shit was like 24 hours. Now, I was getting it.
And that's when you realize, like, okay, this is it. And did you feel like the guy who you wanted to punch in the beginning, but he gave you good advice, did he like become like your mentor in terms of who you could rely on in the game?
Nah, I had to go to other people, because what it was he wasn't jealous of me, but his skill level wasn't. It was more still of a street level. You know what I mean? I wanted to be up there with the world renowned motherfucker getting paid to go to Russia and tattoo and shit like that. That's what I want to be. The motherfucker that was in the magazine. And it wasn't like that until I was finally in the magazine. And honestly, I got into the first Urban Ink in my first year on Marcus Garvey. Yeah, and then I was in Wild Tattoo magazines and all that. I just didn't stop. I just kept it rolling.
Was your father alive to see this? Because I know he passed away.
Nah, that's the one thing I'm mad about that shit. Like as far as my father, it's like I I was right there. Like it's so crazy because he never even got to see my daughter. It was like when she was born, it was like he must have died. No, I think he died a couple months before should. And I'll be sitting back a lot of times. I'll be like, damn, I wish my dad was around because it'd be like you gotta understand, I can't really talk to people like that. You know what I mean? Most of the times, it's like your mother's gonna give you a certain opinion, your brother gonna give you a certain, but your father, he been through it all. You feel me? And it's like, damn, I wish he was alive right now. That I could really sit here and talk to him just like this. And like, yo, dad, what should I do? And it's like that. And it's like, I can't even do that. You feel me? Especially coming from a male POV. You feel me? And it's like that's what I wish. And sometimes I wish that he could just see what I accomplished.
Yeah. Well, he's in heaven looking at you, and he's your guardian angel. Is it true? Because I did read. Is it true that he passed away of AIDS? Is that true?
It was like, it wasn't really, I'm going to say this. He had a drug problem from now. You feel me? He did catch, we say HIV. You feel me? But what it was really was the drugs he was taking was f***ing up his medication. It turned it to poison. And they kept telling him like, yo, listen, you gotta stop taking drugs that you're doing. And he didn't do that. Feel me? It was almost like he was ready to check out. And sometimes I could understand that because the amount of shit he'd been through and shit like that, it was like a lot of people don't understand being of that age is hard for certain people. Yeah, I mean, especially being a black man, you like, fuck, it ain't no backing down. You gotta constantly show up every day and put on. And it's like, now as I get older, I be like, damn, dad, you had it fucking hard. And even when I was young, I used to take it out on him like, damn, why you ain't around? Why you ain't this? And then you gotta look at his POV like that you going through some shit like that right now. It's like, damn, dad, I can understand why you ain't come around now. Feel me? So a lot of times it's like, I wish I could sit here and talk to that nigga so I could tell him certain things.
Yeah. And do you feel like the unfortunate statistic is the fact that when it comes to the unfortunate statistic is that when it comes to black men who grow up in the hood and they do turn to the street life, oftentimes they do say they're looking for something to not replace, because you can't replace your father, but looking for some sort of like family, like the hood family, the street family. Your father passed away. Was that something that maybe at the time you didn't realize it, but now that you're older, is that something when you look back, like, would your life be different today if your father was around to see and be there for you when you was going through the success you had, even on the TV show?
Yeah, definitely would have. Yeah, it would have. Because he would have warned me of my pitfalls. You know what I mean? A lot of people see they rise, but they don't know they don't know what their pitfalls is. And from an older person perspective, you can see it. They'll be able to tell you like, son, don't do that. Or listen, this ain't the way. You know what I mean? But they also they sit there and pick you up when you fall and you don't listen. Like I told you so. Like, come on, we gotta get it back. You feel me? So I think a lot of that I miss, but I also get it from my older brother. Because my older brother now, I think that's what really brought us closer because he always sees it like I'm by myself. You feel me? Especially because on the other side of my family, like my Jamaican side of my family, like they ain't no emotions, no nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes a nigga gotta be like, yo, bro, it's all right, bro. You could feel human. It almost feels strange to feel human. Like I ain't supposed to have no emotion. That like not my Jamaican side of my family. Niggas don't play. Niggas don't even cry. Yo.
Yeah, I've learned that living in Brownsville. I want to get into the fact that all of a sudden you're following something that you didn't even think about, dream about as a boy. You're a man now doing tattoos, and then a TV show approaches you. how did all of that come about?
That came kind of crazy because like I said, I've been tattooing everybody from celebrities to the worst people in the world, you feel me? And it came along when I went back to Harlem, you know what I mean? Now, I always had my shop in Brooklyn, but a friend of mine was like, yo, listen, I'm having a problem, I'm trying to open this tattoo shop. You know what I mean? I'd like you to come aboard. I'm like, you know what? My daughter's right down the block, and I get to see her a lot more. Me being out here, she's 5 years old, I can sit there and help her moms, like pick up and stuff like that. This is my mom thought coming up to Harlem. The shop was named Black Ink Gallery. You know? So when I get there now is, you know what I mean, I'm hustling and bustling like I always do, but I got celebrity friends too. So they coming in getting tattoos and shit like that. What happened now was this shit is like a movie. The live ain't gonna believe this shit. Like, this is why I got a fucking reality show. Go, my homeboy named Corey Guns, popular rapper at the time. He gets a show now called Son of a Gun. They come into Black Ink now and film us tattooing him. Yo, the chemistry, they see it, they're like, nah, y'all need a show. Mind you, we right there in the hood on 113th. Don't come down here. Past 116th, you do not come down and get robbed, all that shit. Nigga, that's where, like, if you know Harlem, you know certain parts of that shit is just different. So we telling, like, y'all bugging out of here, you know what I mean? Like, we gonna have to walk y'all through the hood, stay y'all cameras. What do y'all talk? You know what? Let's do this. Give us a pilot, you know what I mean? Give us this pilot money, and then, you know what I mean, we see where it goes from there. I'm thinking, I'm gonna get this pilot money, me, Ted, all of us, we gonna make some money, and we gonna re-up and do what we do, you feel me? Because at the time we selling that, you feel me? Like, we was. So, what happened now was, them are having a bidding war over the pilot. It was 5 networks. But you know, I'm not thinking this shit. I'm thinking like, where the fuck my money? You know what I mean? They finally give me the chump ass change, right? And they was like, yo, VH1 want to pick y'all up. I'm like, what? VH1? You know what
Was
I mean?
Love and Hip Hop out at the time?
It was,
Okay.
you feel me? But it was still new. So I'm sitting here like, out of here. But I remember they had Atlanta at the time. So I'm sitting here with, y'all niggas want to be a Stevie J or something like that. What's wrong with y'all? So we do the shit now. I'm still thinking like, all right, we got signed. Now, mind you, I didn't own Black Ink Gallery at the time. Feel me? And the shit is crazy because they signed us now. We get the paperwork. I try to go to the owner and be like, yo, here's the paperwork. You can't find this nigga. I'm like, mind you, I ain't seen him in a week. So we still working, you feel me? Because, you know, the paperwork is in there. You know what I mean? You know how that shit is. When they buy a show, they're going to take time to start filming. So, and mind you, they rushed it. They was like a month. They want to start filming. I was like, all right, bet, whatever. I'm see this nigga I see, because he's a street nigga, you feel me? My nigga, he's in the street, you feel me? That's why I came on, because he knew I washed myself up, and I'm legit now, so, you know what I mean? I'm really in the tattoo industry. So this nigga disappeared, disappeared. I'm like, where the fuck is this nigga at? Bro, the landlord walks in there. I'm like, yo, I never seen this nigga before, so I'm like, who the fuck is you? What's up? Yo, here you go. You got 6 days to vacate the premises. I'm looking like, nigga, we just got signed to TV. Fuck you talking about, right? So, a nigga finally gets in contact with his family. Is on the run. And he on the run, big run. I want to say,
the shop's on the run.
on the run. So I'm sitting here like, So mind you, guess what happens? We get evicted. So niggas thinking, I'm sitting here like, all these niggas like, oh shit, how the fuck we gonna get the shop back? The landlord said, I told the landlord, I'm like, yo, what can we do with this shit? Cause I'm not telling him we about to be on TV. I'm telling him like, yo, what can we do to get the shop back? You know what I mean? I don't know where he went, but you know, owe me 20,000. I said, all right, 20,000. I'm not selling rock. I'm not moving. 20,000. Guess what I did, right? Went right across the street and I opened up a tattoo shop in my man's apartment. We used to call it 10, his apartment is 10K. We called it 10 acre. And bro, I tattooed across the street in Foster Projects for a whole month and got up 19,000 change.
Damn.
I got like all in cash, like listen, it's all I got. Niggas like, all right, I'll tell you, yo, yeah, man. I see you on some good. All right, yeah. That was the back rent. Boom, got the keys now. Now, mind you, I'm not really thinking like, all right, you know what I mean? All the other expenses. I'm like, we got the rent. You feel me? Let's have a party. After that party, it was lit. I ain't gonna lie. That party, that Regrant Open party, bro. I mean, mountains of Henny. Mountains of Henny bottles. And not the little ones, them gallon shits too, bro. So boom. All right. Next day now, I'm sitting here like, oh shit. I gotta get furniture. I gotta repaint the whole shit. Cause mind you, just sitting here like, we going to shoot. They don't know about this whole situation. So they about to bring cameras in, and I just had foot surgery. So I'm limping around, and mind you, none of these motherfuckers, and I'm talking about the original cast, want to help me paint this shit, no nothing. Like, yo, you can take care of that shit, bro, you got it.
The show happens. Did you immediately know that after you started filming that, oh shit, this is about to be something big?
No, I didn't know how big we was. Even me being on that type of television, I really didn't see it like, oh, okay, we're on TV. It wasn't until like the third, fourth season, it was like, you know, y'all like number 2 on all cable, right? I'm like, what are you talking about? And I'm sitting here just living my regular life and they just filming this shit. So I'm not really thinking that. I'm like, we doing good ratings, but I'm not looking at the shit. And they're like, wait, hold on. We just beat Love and Hip Hop out. And mind you, I'm sitting there like, that's a hot ass show. And this was with that was Jocelyn, all the, it was like, so I'm sitting there like, wait, hold on. And then I started going out places and it was like, yo, I can't even go outside without like being noticed. And then it started really picking up. And then when I started going out of town and people started following me in groups and people was like, wait, oh shit, wait, I'm a real celebrity, ain't I? But then it really fucked me up. I went to London and motherfucker jumping off the bus in London. I'm like, I didn't even know they had that shit in London showing that shit. We was in second season. This shit was already hot. I'm sitting there like, oh shit, nah, homie, I gotta go home now. You feel me? Because it was like, I'm used to just walking around being the hood celebrity. Like, yo, Ceasar, what up? You know what I mean? But now it's like, crashing cars and shit like that. It was almost like, I don't know, like I was a rapper or something.
Well, that's the thing. It's called being a reality rock star.
And I feel like,
you know what I'm saying?
I was one of those motherfuckers. Like I was really like at the height. I really noticed how big I was, but that shit was crazy because I was carrying basically a whole network for a little while.
No, listen, you obviously are an iconic figure on the, not only on VH1, Black Ink, but in terms of reality television. Like a lot of people have requested that I interview you because because they feel like they really just want to get to know you and understand like this process. Because listen, your show was definitely the talk of the town for years, and I worked on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And at the time, we're doing good. I did season 1. And when y'all show came out, I was sort of like, oh shit, this is, I remember watching it like, this shit low key lit. Like this is like, it was a great cast of people. But when you had all of that fame, being a reality rock star, you in Harlem, you seen like, you know, Dipset and all these like, you know, people from the hood making it in the hip hop world, and all these women throwing themselves at these men. Was that life like that for you? Like, was the women just throwing themselves at you and like, it was like,
Bro, I'll be honest with you, I probably, because we on TV and people see us almost every week, we was kind of more popular than some of them damn rappers. You feel me? Because they have to drop a hit and get hot. We was hot almost every week. So yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Vagina was definitely thrown at me a lot. I have to say a lot. Like when that shit started happening, you know when it really started happening? When I got out of my relationship. That shit.
Which one?
Okay, my first one with Duchess, right?
Okay.
My first one with Duchess, I was in a 5-year relationship with her. It was 5 seasons.
Yeah.
5 seasons. I didn't know that shit because I'm really into a relationship. Like, I'm really into it. Like, I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna come make some blogs. Some blogs gonna make me go crazy and all this other shit. I'm not gonna look like that. So I'm gonna chill and I'm be discreet. And mind you, I'm be proud. I didn't cheat on Duchess. I never did. The whole time, yeah, that's crazy. Yo, honest to
you
God,
never cheat on Duchess.
I could take a lot of tests, bro. I was so caught up with work and all this other shit, and I really thought I was gonna get married to her. So I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do all that other shit. For me, other chicks, I played around it, but with her, we lived together, we worked together, we was almost together 24/7. It was no way I was gonna do no bullshit.
You just trying to go now.
Yo, shit, I wasn't even looking at them. It wasn't till the 5th season when we broke up. I'm like, wait, hold on. Did somebody say I'm sexy? Wait, did you say I'm handsome? Wait, what is this? And I'm seeing why these Instagram chicks on my joint in my DMs. I'm like, hold on. Wait, then I had to look at myself. I'm like, wait, hold on. I am kind of handsome. Maybe I haven't been using what I need to be working with right now. You know what I mean? But God gave me. So, you know, I got that. And then you also have to understand the way me and Duchess broke up, it was like, yo, listen, I had to get back outside because it was crazy the way we broke up. It was like, almost like, nah, you know what? The best way to get over a breakup, you already know. And I did that, especially at the height it was at. Oh my God, I did that. And you know, some people call me womanizer, but you have to understand that was during hurt times. You know what I mean? Hurt people. I'm sorry.
So you apologize.
Yes, that's the disclaimer. It was a heartbreak. You know what I mean? Somebody else broke my heart. I was a bastard for years. I'm sorry.
I do want to get to Duchess though, because it was a relationship where we all felt like this is going to last.
Bro, I still hear shit about that shit. I still hear, yo, my nigga was talking to me the other day. He just came home for 15 years. Yo, why you ain't married her? Why you ain't marry her? Why you ain't marry her? I'm like, what? Bro, you ain't see what she did? Nah, you tripping. It was your fault. I'm like, what? Oh, nah, you can marry her then, my nigga. Go ahead, bro. Like, I still hear it to this day. Old ladies, like, so where's Duchess? I'm like, we broke up a long time ago. You really broke up with that girl? I'm like, yeah. What the hell? Why am I the villain?
What was the main reason you felt the need to end that relationship?
The main reason I couldn't see myself the rest of my life going through what I was going through with her. Feel me? Like, Duchess changed. I didn't see the sweet country girl I used to see. It was like the industry almost, like, I wouldn't say deformed her, but it was like, fame is a dangerous drug. And when that shit hit you, it hit people in different ways. And it was like, I was just seeing the nasty side of her. And it was like, I was chasing the woman that I met instead of facing the woman that was present in front of me. And I couldn't do that, bro. I was sitting there every time the show comes on. It comes on Monday, Tuesday. She's depressed. She going through it. Friday, we back at it, and then Monday be the same pattern. I dealt with that shit for years, right? But then it was like, I just couldn't take it no more. And then it started being deceptive shit, started moving different. And it was like, she wanted me to just pick up and leave everything. And I couldn't do that. Like, think about it. I had people that was really relying on me, especially with the black ink fruit shit. You feel me? People that I grew up with. Just to get up and just leave this whole situation, just to sit in North Carolina and do nothing, that's not me. Even when I try to sit here and be like, you know what? You have a shop in North Carolina and Charlotte. I have one in Atlanta because Atlanta's a little bit more lit. I could do Atlanta. We could live somewhere in the middle. That wasn't feasible.
You were willing to meet her in the middle.
Yeah, it wasn't feasible.
And she didn't want to do that.
It was like, love could hold you prisoner just for so long until you realize, like, this ain't really it. You know what I mean? I always sat there and understood compromise was the key for relationships, especially when you want to be with somebody for a minute and there was no compromise. It was more like, nah, we got to do it this way. I'm saying, like, I run my own shit. Like, at the end of the day, like, if you want to have your own shop, go ahead. I'm not going to knock, I'm going to help you. But then when it turns around and she's sitting there, it's more like this. I just feel like in a relationship, there can't be two bosses, especially if y'all both in the same industry. And we couldn't leave shit like that. Like, we couldn't go to work and just come home and be in peace. Work comes home. And it was like, she'll tell me, oh, you actually running my shop this way. And I'm like, sweetheart, I got multiple shops. You should run your one shop this way. And then they'd be like, oh, did I just say that? And then, the tick for tack shit, it was a whole bunch of shit. And it became toxic. And then, in hindsight, maybe we could have just went to counseling and try to work it out. But I always said, we got to go to counseling. At that young, there's no reason to be with each other.
Yeah, but I think what you said is paramount in the sense of this. I tell my male friends this, my female friends this. When it comes to relationship, and this may not be a popular statement, but you can't have two alpha people in one relationship. You just can't. It's never going to work.
Right.
You could be an alpha female with a man that's a little bit more reserved, and that'll work. You could be an alpha male with a woman that's a little bit more reserved, and that can work. But an alpha female and an alpha male, somebody has to concede, and it needs to be a sort of conversation where somebody has to be a little bit more submissive. And it's okay for some men to be submissive. There are men out there who are married to or date boss women. And they like that.
I understand that, but that's not me.
Yeah, so I
can't.
Yeah. So
I start hating myself like, damn, did I really, did I give into her? Shit, how many times have I done this? Oh, man. Oh, you dumb motherfucker. What's up with you, man? Yo, listen, we ain't doing shit, man. Fuck all that, And that's when it turns into shit like that and then becomes toxic. Instead of us having a conversation, like, you know what? Let's do it this way, or let's meet in middle ground. Like, that shit was just, at the end of the day, Duchess taught me a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. In that relationship, I learned a lot. Like, from her, it's really ironic because a lot of big words I learned from her. And she used to say some shit, and we like, wait, hold on, let me look. How you spell that shit again? And I be like, and now I look for intelligence more than beauty. You feel me? Like, that's one of the things that I could sit here and be like, I learned shit from her. I learned business shit from her too, because she was a master with the business shit, but she was just too emotional. And that's why I always sat there. I never sat there and trashed Duchess on any type of interview for the whole years. You could look at it. I always sat there and was like, yo, that was a learning experience for me. You feel me? Even though she done said some shit about me, I never say, yo, I hate her or dislike her. It was just that we couldn't be together no more.
What's the one thing Duchess said about you in the interview that you felt like that bottom line?
When she said I put my hands on her, that shit was just out of line. Like, I'm gonna be truthful with you, right? I've never put my hands on no woman. I've got hands put on me, and I could understand that shit. Like, I'm a nonchalant motherfucker, and I thought answering nonchalant. You know what I mean? Sometimes you want to punch a motherfucker, and I restrain, cool. I'm not putting my hands on nobody. You feel me? And that shit bothered me because it was like, girl, we know each other's families. We know each other. You know I never put my hands on you. And that shit bothered me when she went there. I'm like, she probably hurt because we never got back together. So I'm gonna let that shit slide. But for her to keep painting this narrative, like I used to whoop her ass and do all this other shit. Nah, I'm not no one to beat them. Mom's always told me it's better to leave them than beat them.
If that's not true, why do you believe she would say something like that?
I could sit here and assume and say, yo, listen, but I don't know her thought pattern. I just know what went down in that relationship. We never had hands put on, well, I never put hands on her.
You're saying she put hands on you?
Yeah, she has.
And when she put hands on you, what would you do?
Nothing.
Would you like push her off? Or?
I do never. I walk away. Yo, you remember one time at the reunion, I wanted only reunion, they tried to say I slept with Sophie the Body, right? And I told her when that scene went down, I'm like, yo, listen, I don't know what they're trying to do, but I ain't doing nothing with this girl. Cool. So they showed the reunion. And mind you, the reunion was in my old shop on 113th. I lived on 128th and Lenox at the time. I'm still in Harlem, bro. She was so pissed. She got in the house as soon as I got in the house right behind her. She hit me with a 2-piece so quick. I was like, ooh, wait, what the fuck was that for? Oh, you fucked her? No, I didn't. What's wrong with you? Bro, it was so crazy. It was like, I had to leave the house. But as far as me hitting her, nah, I ain't do that. Duchess is 110 pounds. Always had some size on me. If that was the case, you would see bruises and all that other shit. And she's literally 110 pounds soaking wet.
When the accusations came about where your daughter said you put your hands on feet on her, where did that come from? Because what people are alleging, Ceasar, is like there's a pattern.
Which is true. And I see what people are saying, right? If somebody has a pattern of putting their hands and feet on somebody, then it has to be true. If multiple people say it, right? But, all right, look at the Duchess situation. There's never been no proof, even though this cops been calling everything. There's never nothing that said, yo, I physically abused them, right? Even with my daughter's situation. There's never been no type of proof. The cops came that same night and they cleared me of everything. There's never been none of that shit. And I never talked about it because at the end of the day, that's still my daughter. So if I'm getting backlash, if I sit here and talk about the shit, she gonna get backlash too. I feel like me being a man, I'm stronger. I could hold that shit. But with her, nah, that shit never happened. I'd have been in jail. It was 2 counties that was investigating the whole situation, New York and Atlanta, and both of them said I was clear. If that was the case and that shit happened, right? It happened on a Sunday. My daughter was sent back to New York that same day. The mother would have been taking her to the hospital, and there were reports of basically all the pictures of the alleged abuse. There was none of that shit. It was a teenager going, how can you say, going stir crazy because she couldn't have her way.
So on a particular Sunday, your daughter wanted something, you're saying, that did not go her way.
It didn't go her way.
Was there an argument ensued between you and her?
Argument ensued between me and her because she didn't do the dishes. And she had a problem because she wanted a $1,400 wig. What's that shit called when you put the wig on?
Front?
The lace front. I'm like, yo, I'm not doing no lace front. I'm trying to teach you. Like, listen, you don't have to, even though your father has money, you don't have to say and have a lace front every other week. You feel me? You have a lace front for event, but let's say you was living off a regular salary, you working, you feel me? You doing this, you're not gonna buy a $1,400 lace front. That would be your rent. So I'm sitting here trying to teach her certain things, but you know, we have another person, her mother, saying, yo, listen, your father has it, fuck all that. And his girlfriend has a get a lace front every week, but she's a real estate agent. Feel me? She buys her own. I'm not buying nobody no fucking lace front. I'm not spending no, I spend $10 on my haircuts. I'm not spending that kind of on my fucking hair. So at the end of the day, when it all came down to it, there's a whole bunch of stuff I feel like led to the whole situation. But at the end of the day, what really happened, only God knows, because all that accusation shit, that shit didn't happen. In her head, maybe, but nah. When the cops came in there, shoot, they looked in the shit. They did every fucking thing, bro. They went to the room, said where, whatever. Yo, he broke the door down. No doors were broke down. She said her nails were broken in the scuffle. Her nails were cut. Feel me? When she said I picked her up and threw her on the ground and stomped her out. Listen, I'm not trying to say that let's keep it 100. Let me just keep it 100. My daughter's 210 pounds, right? She's light skinned. If I picked up butt naked, picked up and threw on the ground, there's marks gonna be there. If I kicked her and punched her, there's marks, right? It's gonna be there. There was none of that. The ambulance came in and gave her basically a blood pressure for her blood pressure to see how her blood pressure. It was normal. Nigga, Joe, if she went through what she said she went through, that shit should be nothing like this. It was completely normal. The cops, when they walked out, they was like, yo, listen, don't call us back for that little girl. And walked off. So I'm sitting here like, what the fuck is going on here? Then when I sent her back now, and mind you, her mother was sitting there threatening me. I just moved into this neighborhood 6 days. Gated community in Atlanta. So you seeing cops come up, that's like, come on now. So I'm sitting here, mother threatening me, yo, send her back, send her back. I'm saying like, you know what? I'm gonna send her back home. Feel me? Because I see what was going on there, and I already knew what was clicking because her mother said something to me the week before, talking about how these little girls, basically my ex-girlfriend's kids, calling me dad. Now, let me ask you a question. How do you stop something like that? As a man, you can't sit there and be like, yo, little girls, don't call me no damn dad, especially if we live together. So listen, whatever y'all want to say and call me, cool. I know who my daughter is. Me and her talked about the situation, and she knows already. She know like, yo, listen, I ain't telling her to call me daddy. That's totally on out. Oh, dad, they crazy. Whatever. You feel me? So it wasn't until like I just feel like the relationship me and my daughter had, we'll have back one day. I just think once she get from besides people that really dislike me and really hate me, she don't understand certain things. And it's like, I just feel like she's taking the hate from her mother and taking it upon her to sit there and be like, you know what, this is my mom's, I want to fight for her. And that's this, she don't even understand the situation. Because when me and her mother, we split our ways way a long time ago. It's just that I wasn't going back. And that's some of that shit be a problem because I don't want to go back and I don't want to bend to nobody. So that's how sometimes people hurt me. It's through rumors and accusation, and none of this shit's never been proven. And that's what pisses me off because with everything I've been through, all the type of investigation, and for years, nothing has been proven. Ain't like I'm John Gotti or something.
What is your relationship like now today?
We working on it.
When's the last time y'all talked to each other?
How to say, after I got out the hospital, Probably last year.
Last year?
Mm-hmm. But me and her had a misunderstanding because, all right, what my daughter didn't know, right, is that when I came out the hospital, I had a life vest. Now, mind you, I hadn't traveled in probably like a year or so. The first time I traveled, I just went to Miami and shit like that. But I haven't gotten a plane in almost a year, probably longer than that. I had a life vest. She wanted me to come to her college, but I couldn't. Like the 6 months, I was fucked up. That first 6 months, I was fucked. And then she asked me for a car, and I'm like, Cheyenne, you want a 750 for your first car? Why would you want to get that? You'll get a Honda or something, learn the mechanics and shit when shit, you know what I mean? Oil changes, all that other shit, you know what I mean? Because with oil changes and stuff like that, that's pretty expensive. And then your first time, your first car, the insurance is gonna be crazy on you. Bro, listen, she got mad at me and she told me don't hit her line no more. And I know what? I gave her space regularly, you know what I mean? See, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to mature. You feel me? So regularly, I'll sit there and be like, you know what? F this, and start blanking out. Nah, I'm gonna give you a space, and then once you start maturing, understand that what your father's saying is right, then you'll come back around. But at the end of the day, I'm just waiting for her to come back around. The door ain't closed or nothing. It's just that I gotta wait for my daughter to mature a little something, and she hasn't matured from the people she's being around.
I want to get into the stuff since we're on that topic, and I want to just be able to finish it out. Obviously, the video that captured you, the animal cruelty of you hitting the dog, that was captured and released. It was leaked to the press. The blogs all captured it. It did show you manhandling the dog. So, again, people are like, okay, we haven't seen those things, and in his defense, he definitely hasn't been charged with anything when it comes to the other allegations. People do feel like this physical evidence proves that there's some anger there, because if you're able to take out a dog, there's some anger issues there. Can you take me back though, Ceasar, to just that particular time in terms of where your headspace was at? Because when a lot of us saw that, and a lot of people have dogs like myself, it was definitely jarring to see. But I want to be able to give you the respect to explain in terms of like where your headspace was at during that time.
My headspace at the time, I was kind of fucked up because I knew how the whole situation with my daughter was working out. You know what I mean? Because that's when the video and all that shit happened. You feel me? What people don't understand is that when you watch a video, and I try to explain it a couple of times, people just not hearing me. They want to see like the bad in it, right? Now I'm explaining the two videos. It's two videos, right? Both of them were the same day, right? Imagine you in your house now, and you hear some, like, your dog's barking, but you hear some like weird noise, like I don't even know how to repeat it. Like he's barking, but it's almost like he's dying, like the air's irritating. So I go downstairs, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because my dog's is in the garage in the kennel. Go downstairs, he's a puppy now. The white one's a puppy. It's shit all over, piss all over. I'm like, they don't do that shit in their kennel. You feel me? I go in there and shit. This guy got the other dog in his mouth. So I'm saying, like, what the hell is going on? So, bro, I grabbed two dogs and try to pull them away while I'm pulling the other one. The other big one snaps at me. So I'm like, there's something going on. Because I'm thinking, like, is it rabies or something like that? Like, I don't know what's going on, because I let them go in the yard, and you know it's wildlife out there. So, well, he's not foaming at the mouth, but he snaps at me. So I'm sitting here like, all right, let me back away. So I get the other one out, put the one in the little kennel. I'm backing away now. This motherfucker still following me. Like on some, So I'm walking back now. I'm back out of the garage. I see the chair. I'm like, this on some other shit. So I'm not thinking, you feel me? Because I'm from New York and regularly with shit with dogs, you regularly just hit it or kick it or something like that. Get that? Like, to be honest with you, I wasn't thinking no animal then. I'm like, I'm gonna hit this shit with the chair. And I didn't hit that shit to cripple it or nothing. I just hit it to like back it off. So I tapped it twice. And that was it. No follow through, no malice, no nothing. Right? The dog backed away, got back in the cage. Now, mind you, I gotta put on my clothes and shit like that, cause now, like I told you, there's shit and piss all over the fucking place. Mind you, the little dog's covered in fucking whatchamacallit. So I take the shit in the cage and put it right next to my ex's white Mercedes. So as I turn around the hose, I'm like, oh no, this whole shit, all this shit gonna get on her shit. I'm halfway tired. So I kick the shit a little something like that to push it away from the thing. You know, it's a puppy. The motherfucker he's full of life, all that other shit. He pushes the shit down. The shit goes on the other side. So the shit starts rumbling, going down the hill. It looked like I just kicked it just to push it away from the car. When that shit go down the hill, I'm like, oh, I'm not thinking now that video is gonna be looked at like I kicked the dog. When I watch it now, I'm like, wait, oh, so it wasn't like I tossed the shit down the hill. It was by accident. It was a killer's accident. So when they put all them videos together, it made it look like, oh, I'm sitting here like something, but that wasn't the case. I came out half tired from basically a frustrated fucking, you could say, a couple months, and that's what ended up happening. But as you can see, Atlanta cleared me of all charges from the situation.
You've been cleared of all charges.
All of that shit, bro. I still gotta go pick up my bail money from that shit. That shit was $30,000. They charged me in bail. Yeah, and they been cleared. The funny shit, they been cleared the shit, but the press ain't picking that shit up. They're not saying like, oh, she's been cleared of these fucking charges, or she's a child abuser, but all charges been cleared on him. Like, none of that shit's been cleared. It's always the negative headlines, and if people will understand, like, certain situations, like, it looks crazy, but it's not like that.
So when it comes to those two videos, you do now understand that regardless, it was wrong to do that in the first place.
No, I understand that.
Okay.
You feel me? In hindsight, I wasn't thinking. In the moment, I was on some scared shit. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. None of my dogs never did no shit like that. I'm sitting here like, what the f going on? Yeah, in hindsight, but at the time, I'm looking like I'm protecting myself. You feel me? It was like a fight or flight situation. Like that's what the reaction. I wouldn't regularly cheer and fuck WWE a dog. I wouldn't do no shit like that. It was right there, like fuck that. Get off me. But that was about it, bro.
You allege that those videos were leaked by your ex-girlfriend, but who was your girlfriend at the time?
Yeah.
You know that for a fact?
I know that for a fact. Only me and her had access to the Ring cameras.
Why did she leak the video to the press?
Because as soon as me and her broke up, right? It's funny. Me and her broke up. I did a Q&A on Instagram. And I remember that same day, bro. I did a Q&A. I said, I'm single. And then somebody asked about my birthday. And I said, yo, that's the worst birthday I ever had. Now, mind you, she had just threw my birthday party. That was like us getting up out of here. Like, we breaking up. You feel me? She threw my birthday party, but it was horrible because at the end of the day, none of my real friends was there, and it was like almost like a breakup party on top of that shit. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So it was kind of like, so I said that shit, right? Bro, the next day, all of a sudden, Donna puts that video up out of nowhere. And then that shit get leaks out of her. Now, my shit is, how would Donna get a video of me from my Ring camera if only 2 people had access to it? So what she was doing is holding it to the point that, oh yeah, all right, so I'm gonna ruin you. And then she sent it to Donna, the person that hates me the most.
And then Donna posted it, everybody picked it up. How soon thereafter did you hear from the network?
Probably, if not the same day, the next day.
And what was that conversation like?
It was like, it was, from my recollection, it was like what happened. I explained this, the same thing I said. It was like, all right, we'll take care of it. That was it. Next time I heard from the network, I was fired.
Did they call you to tell you were fired?
Nah, they ain't do that. They told my lawyer. And my lawyer told me, like, listen, they cutting ties with you. I said, all right. But then it was like, hold on, how they cutting ties with me when I had certain guarantees in my fucking contract to find out he lied to me about certain things in my contract. Because they wasn't supposed to be able to clip me. Especially the shit that done happened in VH1 before. Be like, bro, this is like, I understand I did bad, but bro, this ain't no reason to fucking get rid of a whole franchise.
Did you get emotional after learning you were fired from the show?
Nah, I didn't. I didn't get emotional because I was like, maybe I needed this break. In hindsight, I did need that break because I was 10 years, I was going 24 hours and I needed that break. You feel me? The only time the world slowed down to me was during COVID. Other than that, I was always going. And then it was like, this what happened. They supposed to bring me back after season 10A, right? That's when they brought the fake me and served at the end and served the guys the paperwork and shit like that. But the writer strike happened. VH1 gave the rights to Black Ink to BET. And you know, niggas don't even know who own BET right now. So it was like, I was supposed to come back a long time ago, but just never happened. And then now, I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know who's the figureheads, no nothing. So,
Because at that time, the show was a hit. It was on the same level as Love and Hip Hop in terms of ratings. How much money, you don't have to disclose the exact amount, but how much money were you making at the time before you got let go?
oh, damn, I ain't even think about that. We talking about including the
Just from the
just from the show or overall?
just from the show.
Just from the show, I was making a shitload of money just from the show. Cause I had to be in every I was in every episode, and then I was in the other spin-offs. So yeah, you could say probably $1 million a year, something like that.
He was making $1 million a year.
Well,
And when you got let go, you didn't get. I would have cried, bro.
you know what it is? I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
The amount of shit I done lost, I already know I could get back. That's just on me. Feel me? Because even though all the stuff that I'm facing, other men have faced worse. And I just feel like I just had to take that break and I had to have a reset. Because sometimes when you're down, you see who's for you and who's really there for you. You feel me? When you're up, everybody's there for you. There's only a selective amount of people gonna be there for you when you down, like when you face down, you feel me? So I need to see that shit. I'm not a dummy. I already know what I gotta do. I had a couple of deals that been offered from other networks and stuff. It just wasn't right for me. You know what I mean? All of them just was, it felt like I was gonna force myself. And even with the Black Ink thing, we never forced it. Everything was just us. So if I go back into reality TV, it gotta make sense for me. Feel me? I can't sit here and make another company a couple billions and I'm only making what I am if I am a year. And that's me off hustling and working. That shit, nah. When I see the big numbers and what they doing, it's more like, why not do it on your own type shit?
Do you feel like you deserve to have a redemption story? Because when you look at someone like Michael Vick, right, who did go to jail for dogfighting, he has admitted to using it as a sport to make money. Although he had millions of dollars, in the football league, it was just something. And this is what he said. I'm not speaking for him. He said, I'm paraphrasing, of course, like, look, I'm from the hood. I grew up thinking it was okay. I didn't know any better. He asked for forgiveness. He did his time, paid his fines, and now he's back on television and he's able to have a career afterwards. And the Black community definitely a large, not everybody, because I don't want to speak for all the Black community, but a large portion of the Black community did feel like, okay, he, once again, he did his time, he paid his fines, he deserves a second chance. You have people like me, I'm an animal owner, as a father, not owning like a master, who has a dog. I love my dog. And I have so many people who love their dogs too. I'm not here to judge anybody. Only God can do that. When I saw what happened, I told you already, I was just disturbed by it. I didn't know the backstory. Not that it matters because the action still occurred. However, people have been redeemed for doing things that a lot of people feel like was worse than what you did. Do you feel like it's time for Ceasar to have a redemption story the way Michael Vick has one now?
I feel like this, right? I feel like every man earns their redemption. All I want is a chance to redeem myself. I mean, I'm not sitting here begging for your forgiveness right now. I just want to show that, you know what I mean, I could earn your forgiveness. And that's all I could ask for. Because at the end of the day, right now, me sitting right here, I can't really show people like what I've done to improve myself. So let me show you what I've done to improve myself besides of what you've seen in my past. And maybe you could sit there and be like, yo, this kid got a bright future, or you could say he's still a piece of shit.
A lot of people did feel like you acted like a piece of shit on the show. I'm a fan of the show. You're the face of the show. You're what I call a force multiplier. You're very good at reality television. You're funny. You're not Stevie J in terms of this sort of like very interesting, maniacal womanizer that he played up, Yours, you definitely gave more Godfather type of vibe on your show where it was understood that this is my shit, I'm the boss, and you gonna bow down to me. And then a lot of the your castmates and some of the audience felt like you had this godlike attitude, like, this is my shit. There's one scene in particular that a lot of people find amusing, one of many. It's a time where you're in the back seat of like an SUV. And was it Cat? I forgot. It was two women was talking to you in the car, and you sit in the back seat like these, and you're like, man, you soft smoking. You like, man, get out of here. I don't want to talk to you no more. Man, beat it. Be clear. I tell y'all when to talk, and I tell y'all not to. And then she gets in the back seat and starts pointing in your face, and you just sit there. Because look at you. No, I'm talking about, right? And it was her frustration because you were such an asshole. And I believe Tab was in the front seat or something. You know what I'm talking about? So people feel like this motherfucker is an asshole. Was that who you were? Because did the show change you? Because there is not an instruction manual that teaches somebody how to handle fame.
Nah, I'll tell you the truth. Any stuff like that, that was me calculating and knowing what people wanted as far as entertainment. Because you have to understand, being the main person on the show, you know what I mean? You have to sit there. Like, my main thing every time I go into the season was like, yo, I gotta give these niggas something more. And that was even more stressful. I gotta give them something more so they be entertained for the next season. And then that's when I started seeing the asshole, people start hating the asshole. Everybody hates their boss. I'm a symbol of your boss. Hate me, you know what I mean? But if you hate me, now the rating is gonna go up. You're not gonna stop watching. You're gonna really be into it like this. But if you look at it, I had to guide my crew through a lot of shit, and it wasn't the easiest bunch of individuals that I could sit here and say, yo, let's go. A lot of times I have to scream on them. I have to do this. I have to do that because they was stuck in their ways. And then I'm not saying I'm one of them, the motherfuckers that can look into the future, but I'm saying, like, yo, if we gotta get money, we gotta get money. What the saying? Talking about, yo, let's just do parties and host them. No, let's open up some shops and get some real bread. Why you think none of them came in on none of the shops? I gave them opportunity. Bro, the first day we opened up 113, I got them keys back. I said, yo, let's just split the 20,000 across the board of all 6 of us. And we'll just all own that shit. Nobody wants to say that shit. Nobody wants to sit here and say, yo, Cease, yo, you helped me with this business shit. You helped me with that shit. When I had to learn it, nigga, I had to really get on my grind. So when I sit there and talk to him, like, bro, what the fuck are you doing with Ted, his sneaker situation? Why the fuck you just buying sneakers? Oh, I'm gonna re-up on sneakers, dude. Why don't you just open up a fucking Foot Locker or something like that? We had the money. We could have borrowed it against a bank or something like that. It was certain things I'm sitting here telling you, if y'all want to do it, let's just do it, bro. Because if all of us are strong together, we good. Now look at it. I fell. Now we all fall. When I was sitting here, yo, let's be a conglomerate just in case a situation happened like this. But nah, it wasn't like that. And then when people sit here and say, yo, he's an asshole, no, I had to take care of my crew. Y'all don't know the backstory on these motherfuckers and how I had to make sure that these niggas, we had to eat, yo. I always remember the backstory in the past because I never want to go back there. So when I'm sitting here telling motherfucker, bro, you can end up back on your mother couch and bugging. We got to do this at a third because I'm thinking that way. It wasn't that I'm being an asshole because I've been good by myself. No, I have a whole crew and people don't understand. I take responsibility for motherfuckers sometimes. And it might be wrong, but it's just how I'm built, bro. I can't sleep if we not good. Me being happy depends on you being happy. And it's like that, bro. If you ain't good, we ain't good at all. And that's why I don't let too many people around me because I tend to take motherfuckers home and become their brothers and shit like that. And that's just how it is, especially in the tattoo industry. Like in a tattoo shop, you see a lot of these motherfuckers a lot more than you see your own fucking family. And they become family like you, especially when in that show, bro, that was my family right there, bro.
The biggest question that everybody wants to know, what did Ted do at the shop? They called Ted the Tommy of Black Ink. Did Ted have a job?
Description, job title.
He's my cousin. That was his job, me and my cousin.
How much does a cousin make a year?
A shitload. 6 figures.
We're on things for you and Ted because we did see a lot of ups and downs throughout the seasons. Are you and Ted good today? Are you guys not good? What's the story?
With me and Ted right now, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I haven't talked to Ted in probably 2 years.
How long?
In 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
I kind of it's a whole bunch of stuff. It started off him changing his number on me when I got fired, and then it was just it's just everything just got weird. And then I started watching the show, and I heard certain things and the way he's talking. I'm like, dang, Ted. And then it was just like, I'll be honest with you, after that hospital stretch, and the nigga didn't come see me, I was like, nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Like, that's the opportunity. You like, you know what? Whatever we've been through the mud together, bro. Whatever we've been through, we can get past because you almost died. That's how I would figure that. You know what I mean? But it's like, you can't expect you out of someone else. So at the end of the day, it's like, I understand that.
I mean, that's unfortunate.
That's just life, bro. You
Yeah.
hear the story all the time about motherfuckers just switching sides. You just never think it'll be you.
And were you hurt that when you got fired? Obviously, we all understand the show must go on, literally, right? But were you surprised that the people who you looked out for did not return the favor when you were released from the show? Did that surprise you?
It did, but it didn't. Somebody told me one time, right? If a person didn't need you, they wouldn't be around you. When your purpose is done, they're not going to be around you. They're going to disappear. I understood that when I seen that shit because I'm sitting here like, in everybody's darkest moments, I've been there. I'm the first one to call. I'm the first one that comes over. Like, yo, you all right? What's good? If you hit the blog, yo, what we gonna do with this? It was none of that shit returned. And I could sit here and be like, you know what I mean? I don't do shit so niggas could sit here and return favors and shit like that. Or I look at it like that. It was just that in hindsight, I had to look at it like, damn, I could understand why some people turn cold. But that was a test to me. I couldn't do that. I mean, I can't turn myself into that person because of who I want to be. So when I looked at it, I had to, you know, start feeling some type of way. But then I just had to eat it. Because at the end of the day, who's gonna really hear you when you sit there and say, yo, this shit ain't good for me, or this shit is fucking with me? Nobody. All you can do is pray to God and be like, yo, listen, just get me through this, and I got it from there. And that's it.
Who do you still keep in touch with from Black Ink?
Sky, Bay, Crystal, Alex once in a blue. Other than that, nobody. Oh, and Spiders, but Spiders works here.
Okay. I did do an interview with Sky. She loves you. She said you're her brother for life. Um, she and I did talk about her most famous scene, I'll say infamous rather, where she and her son had that altercation where she punched him in the face. And she left the show after that. She said at that point it was just too much. And she blamed Duchess for getting. So did Duchess get.
Duchess, like, people don't understand, Duchess did a lot of shit to try to hurt me. And she seen when I got next to Sky, because I ain't gonna tell you no lie, with the whole breakup with Duchess, Sky was basically, like, she helped me out. I ain't, like, being with someone for 5 years, you forget how to sleep in a bed by yourself. You forget certain things, you feel me? So she had to readjust me. I was still living in my apartment in Harlem when me and her broke up. She's sitting here like, yo, you know, all her shit's still here. Like, leave. Why the fuck you still in this apartment? She actually dragged me up to her shop, and I got an apartment right across the street from her in the building. She had the keys. She used to, like, make sure I didn't crash out, no nothing. Like, that's my real sister, if we really want to put it like that. Blood couldn't make us any thicker. Like, when I was going through it, Sky was like, nah, pick your head up. I'll be looking down, like, fuck, well, I'm gonna do this shit without her. You got this, bro. It's like, and this is why me and her bond is like that, because when I went through shit, she went through shit. She went through shit, I went through shit for years. And we just held each other down. That's why I don't think me and Sky's bond could ever break, because we always gonna be there for each other.
Would you ever be open to doing a Black Ink Crew reboot?
I would be, but that's the thing. People, it's not me. Like, I'll do that shit. I'll be like, yo, let's do a reboot. But a lot of people are scared of my reaction. I try to have a rekindling dinner. Nobody showed up.
No?
Nah, nobody showed up.
Why not? It's just too much.
It was just like everybody has they think like, how can I put it? I don't know what everybody's thinking, honestly. I'm making guesses and shit like that, but I don't know what everybody's thinking. Like, if I was to sit here and just reboot it and have a whole new cast, to get mad. So I sit here and be like, you know what? Let's just try to put shit together and try to offer, you know what I mean? Try to offer a network something. You feel me? So it's like, what am I to do?
Well, the good thing is this. You obviously have survived a very scary health situation. Financially, you seem to be good. Like, you did a good job saving and reinvesting and all that stuff. So I have a lot of female viewers. Are you single? Are you dating? A relationship?
I'm dating currently.
One woman?
Yeah, one woman. That ain't.
She in Harlem?
Nah, she ain't in Harlem.
Is she in New York?
She in New York. What is she?
Okay.
Like, how can I say it? That was one of my lessons I had to learn. Slow down.
Slow down.
Yeah, because the women I was picking were more of we could say lust and stuff like that, and that always like burnt me. Now it's like I don't want to deal with that type, especially these times now. Every girl's a city girl now, and all that other shit is like, I ain't got time for that shit no more. So now I'm slowing down and just chilling out right now.
Are you in love?
You can say that.
Have you told her that?
Why? Why am I telling her that?
What? I thought you learned from Duchess. If you feel something, sees you let her know about it. So
Nah, I learned from Duchess. Nah.
you learned from Duchess, not to
Once you tell them you love them, they stop trying to earn it and do all this other shit. Right now, she's earning the love, and I love her for that. So it's like, all right, fuck it.
You know what's so funny? I was talking to this guy. My best friend's brother had a bachelor dinner. And we were just talking. It was me, him, and like 5 other dudes. And we was talking about like dating and shit. And the guy said, he was like, Lowe's, when you start dating again, let them earn it. Don't be so nice and sweet and lovey-dovey because they're gonna take advantage of it. And I'm like, for real? He was like, yeah, don't do that. So you may be onto something.
Like, honestly, through all the relationships I never let no one really earn it. You feel me? And now I feel like I never sat there and like I was the prize. I always like, oh, other people are the prize. And that's a self-esteem issue, you feel me? So at the end of the day, I'm the prize. I'm not just money, but as far as like experience, like all that other shit, like money is out, that's just shallow. Fuck all that other shit. But I just feel like I could show people other things that they never experienced. And especially dealing with me, it's like, I'm gonna go to the movies, we gonna go to a fucking museum, we gonna do wild other shit that we would just, what people regularly just, what's that, Netflix and chill. Right. I'm not one of those. So it's like, I like doing the romantic shit and all that. So with a person, they have to earn that shit. I'm not just gonna give everybody that moment, you feel me? And I'm starting to learn like certain memories should be special for a certain person. Like I got mad memories with wild different chicks. I'll be like, damn, I'm bugging out. Like I done seen Eiffel Tower, while this, that, like nah, it should be something special because every time you look in the memory, sometimes that shit is tarnished. It's like, oh, I went with her. Oh fuck, well, oh shit. So,
well, look, I'm happy we have this interview. Like I said, you have been requested for like I think 2 years. People have been like, please get Ceasar on. You do have a lot of people who would love to see you back on television. We'll see what happens with that. But in the meantime, let the audience know how they can support you, your mini ventures and everything else.
well, all you do know, I own Black Ink. So bring your ass into any Black Ink and you'll be supporting me, especially Brooklyn. I'm about to rebrand almost anything and everything as far as Black Ink is concerned. And I believe I'm going to give the network almost to the end of the year to try to bring us back. But I'm about to start doing some other shit because
Have they called you?
they called me last year and said, yo, listen, just wait, we got you. But then it's like, I'm not really with the shits no more. You know what I mean? I'm on release out of my contract. I ain't got no obligations to nobody. So technically, and this is my brand, so technically I can do the shit on my own. So I'm like I said, the only reason why I haven't jumped out there and did that because I fucked up. You know what I mean? And I know as if I was a business, especially if VH1, Viacom business, I wouldn't want to be next to something like that neither. But since all this shit's cleared up and all that other shit, I just feel like I can't put my life and weight on hold or anything because I got wild other people to take care of. Even though, yeah, I'm doing, I ain't doing as how I was doing, you feel me? And I feel the burden because now I got to really tattoo and shit like that. And I really got to do certain things to get money. So I got wild shit that I need to do. And especially, I kind of fucked up because I knew once I was retiring from this, I was going to retire after this 10th season anyway. You feel me? Because I already had a deal to produce shows for Viacom. And I know like I'm just wasting away because I got wild show ideas and shit like that. So I'm just holding off for a little bit, but I get that right call, I'm out of here. Like shit, I got the right call this morning, and motherfucker, if that shit works out, I'm going down to Atlanta and signing some paperwork. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Like I've been holding myself back because, like I told you, I needed a mental break from all that shit that happened to me. I know motherfuckers themselves by now. You feel me? And it's like I just had to take that mental break for me. Now that I did that, and with all the health situation, I just feel like it's time now. I'm back on my feet. Like let's get it.
Well, look, I'm proud of you, bro. You doing your thing. All right. All right, man. Be good and take care of your health. Seriously.
Of course, you know what I mean. I take all them damn pills, even though it's like 12 pills a day. Fuck.
Put in some juice.